Hello. So today we are going to talk about aware parenting. I know every parent knows their business and nobody has a business to mind and get into their business and criticize why they are behaving the way they're behaving and how they're parenting and why they're parenting the way they are parenting. And yet it's not for judging others. It's for judging ourselves, and not even judging ourselves. It's for understanding ourselves or being aware of why we are parenting the way we are parenting. Now, you may say, I don't have a child and, I don't need to listen to this. However, that's not the case. We invariably keep parenting. Even a baby is parenting at times. They have their dolls and they have their machines to parent. Uh, as teenager, we parent the youngsters, and as we grow, we parent some of the projects. As we become still more adult, we parent companies and certain projects, and we continue parenting. Uh, If nothing, we're parenting our own inner children. There is a child in you, and you constantly parent. So every time you say, "Hmm, I don't want to wake up early in the morning," and a part of you says, "No, no, no, you must wake up before the sunrise and you must go for a jog and you must go for a physical exercise and have a healthy diet." Now, what does that mean? There is a parent in you who wants to take care of you. Okay. So you have a parent figure in you, you have a child figure in you. You have invariably a story between the parent figure and a child figure in you, isn't it? So, the more resolved you are as a parent, the more easily you can take care of the child figure in you as well as your children or whomsoever you are parenting. I always see that parenting streak predominantly in some people. So, for example, are you okay? Have you taken the vaccine? Be careful. Go and take some rest. Eat the correct diet. Don't overtax yourself. Be a little disciplined. What is this? You need to learn to eat right. You can't be doing this. This is not done. This is not the way you behave. Um, some people say it sternly. Some people say it out of love. Some people say it out of care. Have you observed that? These are the people who have very strong parenting style. And somewhere they have their own incompletions with the way they were parented. Based on the incompletions they've had, their parenting style will shift and differ. And do you know when you start deciding how to parent? Not when you have baby. The baby is the result of decision to parent long, long, long back. Each one of us decide how we are going to parent when we are still children. We observe our mom, our dad, grandparents, uncles, aunts. And if we like what our moms did or our dad did, we want to copy the same and we want to pass it on to the next generation. However, perhaps if you did not like certain thing as a child, you want to exactly do opposite to what your parents did to you. And the story repeats. And it goes on and on and on, generations after generations. So, if a woman loved her dad, and the dad was very, very disciplinarian, she would be a disciplinarian parent. But if she hated being disciplined by her father, she would be so lenient with her children, and children would realize that they are spoiled brats because mom never was serious with them. Now, they choose to be different with their children. Okay. Now they will become a little more strict, a little more disciplinarian, and the story repeats. The story repeats over generations sometimes. So alternate generations can either change or repeat, and a lot depends upon how parents were perceived when they were parented. So parenting understanding is not just for parents. In fact, you should have this understanding even before you become a parent. And even if you decide not to be a parent anymore to anyone, you still need to understand your parenting instinct. Because based on that, you will have the child in you nurtured by you. How does the child in you feel nurtured? Based on how you parent the child. Say, for example, um, as a parent, you think that the child has to be very, uh, very strict. So the child would feel very different. But as a parent, if you feel that the child needs more of a love and care rather than a discipline, the child in you will feel very by nurtured and not so disciplined by you, right? So it a lot depends upon the permutations and combinations of your perceptions and resultant decision to implement the parenting style. Now you would wonder, if I'm not a parent, why should I even know about my way of parenting? So don't you really parent your house? The way you keep your house reflects how you felt when you were parented. The way you keep your body reflects how you perceived how you were parented, isn't it? So this goes on and on and on. You have no idea how much your parents had influence on you. And it's not about what they said, it's not about how they managed you, it's not about what they did to you. It's all about how you perceive them. So I know a lot of adults, when they grow up, they blame their parents. It's all because of my mom. It's all about my dad. They fought, they separated, they neglected. Well, you ask three people or three siblings in a family to describe their parents, and trust each one of them will describe differently. One would feel the kind of atrocities from parents. One would feel that my parents were too nice. Under all circumstances, they somehow managed to look after us. And one would say, well, they, I don't think, ever cared. They were too busy with themselves. Now, what does that say? It only says that the parents are nothing but our perceptions. Of course, there would be some so called truth, but it's not about the truth. What is important is the perception. Now, this perception is based on our emotional and spiritual need. A soul comes here for certain experiences. If you wish to go for helplessness, you will experience helplessness probably right from childhood. If you wish to go for an experience of being nurtured, you'll feel nurtured right from the childhood. When I used to do a lot of regression and even speak to the soul, just as the soul is trying to prepare for the pregnancy, no, the soul prepares much earlier, and apparently, soul also does a lot of R&D before being born in a family. So you wonder, why would a soul want to be mm, born to parents who are about to separate, or to a mother who's who's an unwed mother and who's very sure she's going to either abort or donate this baby to someone. So why would the soul go through all these experiences? And it's intricate and it's so interesting to listen to the whole story from the point of view of the soul, how the soul decides uh, to go through certain experiences and precisely chooses a parent or parent figure who will parent them as per their experiential need. Having said that, they do go through experience and they forget that they had chosen the same at the soul level. And now you can either develop love, liking, or hatred and resentment for the parents. And you may choose to duplicate what your parents did, or you may choose to completely go bonkers and do opposite, or you may even choose not to parent anyone anytime, or you may go overboard and you would become a universal parent or grandparent figure for so many people, right? So it goes on and on and on. We need to heal. We need to heal that perception, that judgment, that story that you created in your mind when you observed being parented. That story needs to be healed. That story needs to be addressed. That story need to be rewritten sometimes because it's after all a story. A future is based on that story. When we heal that story, we change as parent and parent figure. The way we treat ourselves will change. The way we treat people will change. The way we treat our projects and processes will also change. We have been, anyway, doing a lot of things, but that was happening with sheer unawareness. Sometimes we even parent our spouse, our partners, and when our parents grow old, we start parenting them too. When they are invalid, when they need to be nourished, when they need to be taken care of, when they need to be treated medically, when they're bedridden, don't we parent them? All this requires a lot of parenting input from all of us. And a lot depends upon how resolved are you with your perception related to parenting. We're going to announce this workshop very soon on aware parenting. However, even if you do not do this workshop, few things you ask. Why am I parenting the way I'm parenting? What did I perceive about my parent? And how is my perception influencing the way I am parenting? Can I, even today, parent a bit differently? Can I parent my body differently? Can I parent my childlike personality differently? Can I parent my business differently? Can I parent my spouse differently? And finally, can I parent my children differently? Irrespective of what was your past, irrespective of what was your experience in the past, you deserve to have a different future. And that choice you can make in the now. It's all up to you. Thank you for listening and thank you for joining. If you have any question and if you'd like to come forward and ask that, I can even send you an invite and we can chat. We see Rakesh over here, Geeta, Avina, Suman, and Preeti. Thank you for joining. Would anybody would like to come? I can send you an invite. Let's see. Yeah. I'll wait for a couple of more minutes. And I know some of you might be waiting. Hello, ma'am. Yes. Hi, Rakesh. Hello. Hello, Renu. Yeah. If you wish to join, we have the link above. And if it's too personal and I don't want to come on social media, that's also fine. And I can always interact with you later. Here's question from Sharkesh. Why am I parenting the way I'm parenting? Yes. A lot depends. Yes, Rakesh, I think you missed the earlier part. You joined a little later. You can watch the recording. There are some vital clue I have given in the recording in the beginning. So have a look at that and you'll get your answer. So looks like this is it for the time being. And that's all for the day. Thank you for listening and see you next Thursday, 6 p.m. Thank you. Bye-bye.